Hey guys, Movie Junkie for Life, and this is going to be my review of Arrival. And Arrival is a movie about a linguist who's hired by the military to decrypt or figure out what aliens are saying. And these aliens have arrived in 12 different egg like, kind of like half of an egg, pods all over the world. And this is about her trying to communicate with them to save us, so to speak. This movie stars Amy Adams, Jeremy Renner, Forest Whitaker. And first of all, let me just say, let me get it out right away. This movie is mind blowingly amazing. I sat there in the cinema and it's been a while since I've watched a movie where I didn't know what to expect. From beat to beat, I really couldn't figure out where they were going because we watch so many movies, we tend to think that we know what to expect, we know what's coming. And Arrival was a movie that did the opposite, in that I could not figure out what was coming. I could get hints of it or pieces of it, but this movie felt so original and so fresh. It's from a book called The Story of My Life, or The Story of Your Life, I think. And it was just amazing. It made me want to hunt down the book and read the book. So let's get into it. First of all, the visuals. Arrival, it's science fiction, but it feels like a throwback. Instead of feeling futuristic, it feels present, but it also feels like a throwback to movies like 2001: A Space Odyssey, where that whole the ship, if you see it in the trailers, it looks very monolithic. It's huge, and it seems black, and it's just unmoving, and it's there, and it's silent. And I think what made this work for me too was the fact that nothing about it seemed like something you could easily figure out. You see Independence Day, you see Star Wars, all these things are fine, the way they are. But the ships, you could kind of look at it and say, okay, that's an attack vessel, that's a mothership, that's a scout ship. You could kind of figure those things out based on the design. The design of these vessels, you really don't know what to expect. So you are in the shoes of Amy Adams, of the protagonist, where you don't know what is coming. It's all new. And the visuals of the aliens as well. I mean, while we've seen things like that before, it just seemed to me to fit so well in. I don't want to give away anything, because I don't think they show them in trailers. But it's something that's familiar yet alien, so it worked really well. So overall, the visuals in this movie, the way it's cinematically shot, it goes kind of like past, present. Time plays a big factor in this movie. I don't want to get too into that either, but time plays a big factor in this movie. So it the way everything is done, it's very much feels like puzzle pieces that you're trying to put together. The first thing I told my friend after I finished watching it, I was like, if Interstellar and Inception had a baby, it would be Arrival. And it doesn't completely cover what Arrival is, but it's kind of how I feel, especially Interstellar, which is another movie that examines time and fate and love. What Arrival does better, I think, is that Arrival also introduces the topic of destiny, and Amy Adams, her character, it plays a very pivotal role, not only in the future of mankind, but it examines her future as well, and it asks questions of us. If you knew what your future was, could you still walk forward and embrace it, knowing exactly the pain or the happiness or whatever is waiting there for you? If you could see time in its fullest, how would you proceed? So this it's one of those movies that it's scientifically fun to watch, but it also asks a lot of emotional and engaging questions of the audience. It always has you thinking. Sorry guys, I had some technical difficulty there. So as I was saying, it is a movie that is very thought-provoking, and to me it's better directed than Interstellar. I know, wow, I'm probably gonna take it for that one, because the director here is Denis Villeneuve. I hope I'm pronouncing his name properly. And this is not, he's no stranger to messing with your head. His last movie, Enemy, that pretty much was a mind bender of a film. And here we have another movie that really messes with your train of thought, messes with the way you normally deconstruct a movie. I really, really enjoyed this movie. I highly recommend it. I don't think it's going to be for everybody. It is not a straightforward sit there and just let the movie happen. You have to think while you're watching this movie. It is very cerebral, and I enjoyed that a lot. I also love the aspects of, how should I say, the way the humans responded to the aliens around the world. You know, as humans, we tend to judge everything by the way we behave. You know, there's a lot of that in this movie. Everybody thinks, okay, are they here? Is it an act of aggression? Are they gonna attack us? And while she is trying to say, well, no, we need to communicate with them, and there are words that can be misconstrued in a different language, because language also plays a huge part in this film. And they're saying, well, history has always shown that, you know, people with better technology, they will always try to take over and subjugate people with lesser technology, you know. But again, as humans, that's what we tend to think. We tend to think that nothing is gonna be good, nothing good is free, nobody could possibly not have a hidden agenda. So all of that comes up here. So I love the fact that Forrest Whitaker, while he doesn't have a huge role to play in this, he is, while he is a soldier, he's very stoic. He's the voice of reason. He is looking, he's a protector, but he's also open-minded in that he is willing to see what these aliens want from us. I like that about him a lot. But he's definitely a soldier. He's going to follow orders. He's going to do what he has to do, what he's told to do. Jeremy Renner is here as well, and I think he did a good job as well. What I liked is that the focus, while Amy Adams is the main character in this movie, Jeremy Renner's mathematician, scientist type character, he is definitely utilized, and I like that. He's not, I mean, it's not as much as Amy Adams, but he's not just there as window dressing. He's definitely utilized, and I enjoyed that because, you know, it was the intelligence of all these people trying to figure out what it is these aliens are trying to communicate to us. Now, I wouldn't say Arrival is perfect in that there, once certain things are revealed about Amy Adams and about her connection to the aliens, it does get a bit confusing. Maybe I'm just not smart enough to figure it out. But it does have a moment where I'm asking myself questions about Amy. What exactly is going on with her and her abilities as a linguist? I'm trying to be as vague as possible. Don't want to spoil this for anybody. But how exactly she can do what she can do, you know, and how does time factor in that, and how does these aliens connect with that? There's a lot of that going on, and I think this is definitely a movie I'm going to have to watch a couple times to get all those nuances. But overall, Arrival is visually, it's not out there, it's not super science fiction. It definitely feels like something that could happen tomorrow, but it works. I love the originality of the look of the aliens and their vessel. I love the originality of this story. It does have some what is it, third encounters, say close encounters of a third kind. It does have that aspect to it as well. So it does draw from science fiction films like 2001: A Space Odyssey and Close Encounters. You will make those references, but this movie feels original. It feels fresh. I enjoyed it from beginning to end. I was never bored with this film, even when it went more into the emotional spectrum than the science fiction spectrum. Everything for me worked, and while there are questions there and pieces don't fit perfectly together, I think Arrival is a wonderful movie and a fantastic film, and I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. So I since it was now, I think you guys should go see it. If this is your type of film, if movies like Inception and Interstellar, 2001: A Space Odyssey, if thought-provoking science fiction movies is something that's up your alley, I highly, highly recommend checking out this film. It's wonderful. It's well acted. It's well directed. It's just a really, really fresh and original feeling film that is thought-provoking and overall very entertaining. So Arrival gets a 9 out of 10 from me. And that's going to be it, guys. Till next time. Bye bye.